Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. The old man had a terrible night's sleep, probably going to be a shorter stream, but for now, it is showtime. Quite the fashion sense I have, don't you think? What's weird is that's exactly the way I used to go to work, including the enormous crossbow. It's possible I'm not telling you the truth. Alright. Still, I've gotten all the way through the first 3 acts and into the 4th act. And I still haven't died yet. And now I have cursed myself. You're welcome. Tujin,
I should have known something was off about. In my younger days, I never...
Yeah, you should have.
Shy. Nonetheless, as promised.
Oh, well, I'll take that. And that. Level 13. We already have level 13 on all of our skills. I almost feel embarrassed saying that. But that's just how awesome we are. You know, your interpretation of the word awesome may vary. A couple more passive points. Can you play Summoner? That is not some kind of Necro. Necro has the fastest and easiest way to it. I'm more familiar with a couple of different minion builds in PoE 1. And do you buy minions? Do they have to be? I assume you want minions that hang around, not sort of short-lived minions. There's a pretty standard build in PoE 2 where you throw down basically a circle of fire and it summons raging spirits, but they only last for, I don't know, 5 or 10 seconds to do their damage. So technically they're minions, but not really. And well, I guess sort of technically this even has minions as part of the build. This ability here is listed as a minion ability, as you can see up at the top, supporting fire, but they're off screen. They just fire from off screen. So I'm assuming when you say a minion, you mean a bunch of critters running around with you. They've added a new playstyle here for the werewolf or the wolf druid. I don't think it's very good. So in PoE 2, I'm not sure, other than Necro, that there's really a good minion build. In PoE 1, there definitely are. A bunch of different kinds. There's some that come out of the Guardian tree. A fair number of them have temporary minions. Just want one summon that does most of the killing. I'm trying to think. There are some where you get a powerful... in PoE 1 at least, there is the Poison Herald, or Herald of Venom, or whatever it's called, which is a temporary one, but as long as you keep shooting things with your bow, it stays up. And that I know can do an awful lot of damage. In PoE 2, I think the closest is the Infernalist has an elite point he can get on his tree
Fancy a different colour?
that summons a Hellhound, but that's mostly defensive. I don't think it does enormous amounts of damage. So I don't think in PoE 2 there is. Yeah, but they also just added a new spec with genies. I have no idea how powerful it is. Most of the time, I've done most of my minion builds either in PoE 1, either on Guardian or Necro. Here, I think I've only done them with the Summon Raging Spirits, which are the temporary minions you get from basically throwing a fire spell. So it may exist. I haven't played enough PoE 2 to really know. Be able to say, oh, that or not. So, not especially helpful, but that's the info I've got for you. I'm trying to think of PoE 1. In PoE 1, you can also build with specters. It's possible that you can do a specter build here as well, where you're counting on the specter to do a big amount of your damage, but I'm a little bit dubious about it. And I don't think specter summoning would have to be Necro. Probably have to be a witch, though.
What possessed you? Now he's free to... It was a concern.
I am not...
Yes, you.
I just go...
No excuse. If you weren't, consider this your first... Behave yourself.
Generally, I am a fan of minion builds in games. So I've played a fair number of different ones in PoE 1. I played them in Last Epoch. Where are we off to next?
Where to?
Alright, we finished off that island. That's a 52, a 47, a 47, 47, a 47. Lots of 47s. Shrike Island? I guess Shrike Island.
Hard to starboard!
I don't remember which island it is. I can't keep any of them straight. They're all different, but in the same way.
We've arrived.
I'm on it.
We've arrived.
I left in a canoe before I was even old enough to
There
run.
we are.
You are not yet a warrior, but soon you will be. Climb these cliffs and collect one shrike egg.
Okay.
If you feel you cannot go on, turn back. You can always try again
Turn
next
back.
season. We
I don't
seek to
turn
build
back,
wisdom
sir.
And strength, not to destroy you. A corpse does your tribe no good. No matter what you choose to do, return with a grand tale of what you
stop
faced. Tabakai, chieftain of the Tukuhama tribe.
On Star Wall.
This is a
Evening.
Carroy rite of passage. I'll take Trophus any day.
Still not dead yet. Of course, I did kind of, sort of cheat. I mean, not cheat. It's within the game and the intended play of the game. I spent one of my hard-earned Chaos Orbs to buy a better cross. It's not hugely better, only about double the damage. Okay, it's hugely better. Hey, you. The game lets you do something, then it's not cheating. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not cheating, although if somebody considered it cheesing, but then I very seldom in the past have, I've always played Trade League, but I've almost never traded. They've added The currency exchange first was a really big improvement. And now they figured out once they tried the asynchronous trade that they'd been wrong for all of these years, where they'd said, no, we don't want asynchronous trade. Now they realize, okay, actually the players want it, and it's really, really fucking cool. So, yeah. And it is. It's a huge improvement. One chaos was not much of a price. Whoop, we got friends, multiple friends. Handle it. Well, and that is what that skill is just awesome for. A whole bunch of mobs around. Let's make them all take a whole bunch of damage. I didn't do a lot of scouring for like a stupidly broken one. I got one at a very reasonable price. No muss, no muss.
Ready the artillery!
Just ready the artillery. That's all you got to do. Whoops! He's throwing fireballs at my ass. What the fireballs? Oh, maybe I'm throwing the fireballs now. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Is the shrine that I activated gave me the power. I have the power, so they're my fireballs now.
Could make a mean omelette with all these.
Make a mean omelette with all this. Who needs fireballs when I've just got shit tons of arrows? I have not died on this character yet. Another important factor in that, I think, is in addition to the better crossbow, I've also got the tech down a little bit better for swapping gems. Where when I freeze something, well, first of all, ideally with a boss, I hit freezing mark, so they're easier to freeze and take more damage when they're frozen. I then hit them with 2 or 3 shots of, frostbolt, which freezes them. I swap to the other, which is frag grenades, and they do especially large amounts of damage on frozen targets. And so things are dying a lot faster when I use that, in addition to the new gun. Oh, not a gun. Of course, it's a crossbow, not a gun. Nothing at all like a gun. Looks like a gun, sure. Sounds like a gun. Yeah. Operates a lot like a gun. Also true. I do not know why it did not go off. We gotta find that. When I press my everything must die button, I would like everything to die. Thank you. TED Talk. Yeah, so far this build has been really strong. Again, not mine. I feel it's important to give credit where credit is due. This is Pox's. I'm not sure if he invented it or it's just his version, but it's certainly working great for me. And I'll also repeat that use of coal, just like with the bear, the wolf, really helps an old guy like me in that your reaction times are less likely to be a factor. Map piece. Map piece. Roly-poly map piece. The rest of my gear, not so great. I mean, presumably I could, spend an hour and probably improve 5 pieces of it cheaply. Is it boss time? Is it Big Daddy boss time? I think it is. It's the Shrike.
Here we are, the big ugly bird herself.
You there! Beat that bird!
You'll note, I just peeled that thing down to almost dead. Alright, that's the bird dead. Where's the plagueling? And that's the plagueling dead. Oh, Matakai.
Outsider.
Just out here doing...
Doing. I've been an elder. I will show them. Let us from there.
Okay, I have Hinakora, treasure map, 4 islands, Itsuri's temple. Locate the royal architect.
Be brave out there.
Thank you, Matakai, or Matiki. Matiki. We'll just go with that. I think just back to town. But you'll note how much health that got peeled off with the fragmentation rounds on the frozen bird. It just peeled off like a quarter a pop for the first 2 shots.
Greetings.
Greetings and salutations.
Hear ye. Fresh tidings. The newcomer fixed the fog.
12%, but not anything I would ever use. Lots of quality items. Always useful. I have to start dropping these in another box. What's in the box? Go ahead and move this. Overflow.
Welcome.
Let's deal. Good day. Have a good day.
Did want to start trying to check on Rog.
Impeccable offering.
With his armor. No, not
Fair
wrong.
enough.
Sorry.
Do
The other
come
guy.
again.
With his armor stuff. Damn it.
Hail.
See if we can get something broken good by buying it from him. And because to quote Roy Batty, as played by Rutger Hauer in Blade Runner, I want more life, fucker.
Perhaps go make some legends.
Which on TV, of course, got changed to I want more life, father. Although father also does make sense because it's he says it to the guy who owns the company that made him rub them. So, it's complicated.
Yes?
Here's another map piece.
Now we're getting somewhere. See if you can find more scraps. Where to?
Next up, we just finished off Shrike Island. How about the abandoned prison? That sounds like a cheery place.
Full sail!
And we're off. I'm going on an adventure. Seen a couple of posts on Reddit today talking about how now that we're in that space between Christmas and New Year's, nobody can keep track of what day it is. And I can certainly
We've arrived.
understand that.
The King's March Tavern.
Marching.
Sailors whisper about clanking and roaring from their prison.
Good
Those
thing our
abandoned
patrons-
long ago.
Why do I get
Coastal folks
You want to
around
take
the
them?
prison.
Tavakai will
I don't know much more about this
but
place.
I'm
No
So
one
you guys done
wants your
yapping?
back.
Good luck.
It's a prison. I'm sure it's filled with happy prisoners
Seems like a good place to lock
and
someone up and throw away the
safe and contented guards. The guys who were crucified, it's Halloween decorations.
It's easy to talk of justice. Living it's another matter.
You have been weighed and measured, and you have been found. You are unworthy, but fear not.
This'll stop him.
For redemption is a grace which may be earned by the willing. Until then, the Empire shall
Well, I got the chapel key.
This handy.
Going to the chapel, and we're gonna get married. Not you and me. Me and one of the skeletons. I like him skinny. Yeah. Look. Stop it. What kind of crappy ass prison is it that the undead can get out of their cells? Seriously. Checkpoint.
Can't say these guards didn't deserve it. Simple enough.
Let's see, what do we have to find here? We need to find the Goddess of Justice, the Armory, and the Forgotten Cells. And then we'll get to Solitary Confinement, which sounds really lovely. Oh, how about if I pull the lever? Exiling the undead would make sense. This is the armory, I'm assuming, because it's filled with armaments. Fat Buddy! Good evening. Welcome, as always. Let us make sure that that should be the armory. Definitely not a gun, though. Crossbow. Crossbow. Right? We're clear on that. I don't want to have missed something back here. I've talked about how the map flow is so terrible in this game. We saw it a couple times yesterday where I had to go through enormous length to find the thing I was looking for on the map. Which is just never a fun mechanic. Ever. Oh! Party time on the block! Eternal prisoner. I guess the parole didn't come through. Who doesn't like it? I mean, it's just very satisfying. I actually enjoy playing various guns in games that support them. They tend to have much better sound effects than the insipid thwip, thwip, thwip of a bow, you know? I mean, sure, whip, whip, whip. I'm sure it's effective. Historically, bows, very popular. No, the the freeze and then the fragmentation. Yeah, on bosses I do. Ideally, it's actually a 3-step. It is freezing mark, which will increase your chance for freezing and increase the damage they take while frozen. Hit them 2 or 3 times. It's usually enough to freeze one of the bosses. Swap to the fragmentation round, and I don't know, maybe 10 minutes ago I hit a boss, and the first 2 fragmentation rounds are going to hit the hardest because of the mark, and those peeled off about 1/4 of the health each. So it's like, do a little bit of damage, do a little damage, half gone. Damage, 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 gone. Yeah, it's really effective. It's taken me a while, and I still have a little bit of a hesitation before I remember my button press orders to make it work correctly. But I don't bother with the freezing and fragmentation rounds on even blue mobs. I will do it on bigger yellow mobs. The rare. But on the regular mobs, just blow them up. As you can tell, it works really well. And I still haven't died, so I'm doing something right. Well, the build's doing something right.
Time to bust this thing open.
Like this guy is going to get one pop once I swap into the frag rounds. And he did. I like that as a starter, and I'm not going to lie. Alright. We're still looking for the Goddess of Justice and the Forgotten Cells. I'm gonna guess this way is the dead end. So that I can get that wrong and be I am a big fan of an enormous AoE that does decent damage. You know? It's just satisfying. It's super effective. I'm sure it's fine.
Consider your sentence served.
How about we drop the big AoE on everybody? Was everyone taken care of? I want to make sure everyone, you know, feels that I gave them the personal attention that they wanted and deserved.
All in a day's work.
Another level? I am just unstoppable. More cells opened. I'm sure that's fine. Back to the grave. Ooh, 150 gold. Gotta pick that up.
Ready the artillery.
Ready the artillery. It just feels mean to do that to them. But I'm fine with that, you know. That was a slow moving yellow that wasn't dying fast enough. He froze. I swapped to the fragmentation rounds, and that one popped in. 8 packs of monsters. I do not appreciate them spawning right on top of me, I have to say. Oh, we've got a lever. You can't leave a lever unpulled. That's just un-American. Here they come. do our standard trick. Popping into solitary confinement. Getting the waypoint. Earlier today I had an example where I was playing. Had a map timeout on me and had to fight my way through it a second time to get back to PC. It's possible I've mentioned how much I dislike the map flow. The chapel key. And we're gonna get married. Sorry. Covered all of that. We'll go there, I guess. And doubling back through places we've already been is one constant that every ARPG player freaking hates. And yet, they built that into the game. For reasons that elude pretty much all of us, I guess. Well, nothing in there. I guess we know where the other things we have to find are. Hates it so much. Really, it would all be solved if they broke large maps like this up into 2 or 3 and didn't put so much stuff scattered around in various places throughout the entire map. And especially if you're new to the game, you can easily not know which ones are worth doing or vitally important to do. For instance, I don't know which ones I generally do not know which ones I can skip. So I skip none of them. Because some of them are, you know, just simple seeming quests. Oh, look. They give one of those books with 2 passive points. You sure as hell don't want to miss one of those. We have found the chapel, and we're gonna get married. No, we're not. We're not getting married. Not tonight.
Faith don't count for much when nobody's listening. Stop them in their tracks! All in a day's work.
Oh, those are gonna hurt.
No room.
No room. Oh, wait. Room. There's about 1/3 of the inventory room left.
Within these walls, the Lady of Justice doth preside. She shall weigh your mind in one hand, your heart in the other.
Heart?
Choose wisely.
What heart? I would rather have life recovery from flasks. Thank you.
The heart unlocks compassion. Compassion is the first step toward redemption.
That sounds like hippie talk. Into solitary confinement we go. And here in solitary confinement, I don't know what we have to look forward to. We did the Goddess of Justice. That doesn't vanish when you leave it because you can change your mind. There are a few like this in the game, where instead of getting X'd out when you're finished with them, they stay highlighted. Ideally, they should have a different icon, but then the map iconography is confusing, terrible, and oftentimes uninformative. It sucks wind. Alright. I will say this is one of their, I think, visually and conceptually cooler designs that they've come up with. This floor in particular with the tide coming in. I believe all it does is slow you down when you're in it. Those might have been frost resistant. I wasn't paying close enough attention. Those ones were not splody resistant. I think graphically this is the map where they really just absolutely got it.
No room.
I mean, generally, it's an incredible looking game in the first place. But I just find this design work, the programming, the whole thing, they just really absolutely fucking nailed it. As you may have noticed, I'm not at all shy about saying when I don't like something done. And I should try be a little bit more positive about things I do like in games. I guess a lot of the times it sort of feels like to me that with the good things in games, a lot of times speak for themselves. Ooh, okay. The last time I had this strong box pop up on a map, it popped up basically like in the equivalent of this right here. I couldn't get in close enough to activate it, and there was no back way around it, so I couldn't actually use the strong box, and I may have wept. Yeah, the shatter effect they just have done beautifully. The only mistake they ever made with it was when they changed it in PoE 1, and one of the few times every single person in PoE 1 went, "Hey, what are you doing? The shatter sound is awesome. Why did you change it?" Oh, okay. Swapped it back. That was that. Revives the fallen monster 4 times. Fallen monster contains additional modifiers each time it revives. Contains no other items. Here we go.
Freeze!
That's 2. I really wish we hadn't gotten ads. Okay, I think we got it. The ads messed with my entire focus, man. I was totally focused. And I think definitely the first two, whoops, might have been the first 3 times that the... Why are you being such a freaking jerk? Definitely the first 2, might have been the first 3 times that I froze it. I one-popped it with the fragmentation rounds. Maybe when I'm in water, the freeze doesn't work as well. It doesn't seem to be doing quite as effective a job when I'm standing in the water. Let's see where we are. All right. So there doesn't appear to be anything specifically listed. There is one monster at the end, and I think this might be it, who is, let's just say he is under extreme measures. Nope, we're not there yet. 10 packs of monsters. Get out! Thank you. We get everybody? We did. That one was a bit dicey. I wasn't surprised that it was dicey. There were a lot of mobs. 10 packs of them, in point of fact. Feels like my rate of fire is down when we're in the water as well. It's kind of sort of.
To kill me, hurt you? You can't.
Who?
I'll let you. I was killed before, and I'll do it again.
That was nice. I did peel off like 90% of his health with one shot after I froze it.
I've got to stay quick on my feet.
Taken care of. I'm actually going to take the time to go back to town, sell stuff, come back and pick up most of this. Hello there, your dudeness. The crossbow kills look so satisfying. It's not just as much the crossbow, although the crossbow is certainly a big part of it, but also you put the frost and the shatters, and it's just, it is very satisfying.
Make haste.
The sound, the visuals, the fact that for large portions of it, you don't really have to worry about getting hit because most stuff is not getting within arm's length of you. Wrong button.
Welcome. Here for a deal?
Yeah, the reason I wanted to play another build is I wanted to do a crossbow build actually at the start of League. This is my 3rd build, so didn't quite manage. That's probably a winner. No, that's definitely a winner. Yeah, God, if I can only get at least one resist on, that'll be a winner. Otherwise, it'll be painful. And pain hurts.
Fair enough. Have a good day.
All right. Well, we're going to burn one exalt and hope to get a resist. Please be generous. How about a nice 25% fire? 25% fire. You know, sometimes you can just speak it into belief. 25-year-old Kate Beckinsale. I wasted my power for a 25% fire resist. You know, that's never, ever happening again. I also wanted to give this a shot as I can burn an alk on it. No, wait. Essences. Do we have an essence that jewelry 20 to 29 life? That's, you know, we want more than that. We want more than that. We're gonna give it a go. We're gonna burn an orb of alchemy. I would like a life and a resist because that's got good life and one okay resist, please. Spirit's not bad and one good resist. I could probably work with that too. I am a wizard. I was gonna play the non-bear, non-wolf class for druid, but instead I went with the wolf. But the character's named, you're a wyvern, Harry. Spirit could be very good indeed if we can hit. We have 2 open prefixes, which means it gives us 2 shots at getting life. Would be good. I'd like life. Who doesn't want more life? 96 life. What the fuck is going on? I have the power. Can I? Do you think I could try for the 25-year-old Kate Beckinsale again? The amount of time I have spent swearing at the randomness of crafting in this game is ridiculous. I can tell you those are the first 2 times I have stuck exactly what I wanted since the league began, and I've probably done 1,000 orbs of various flavors. Yeah, so we're going to lose a little energy shield. We're going to gain 15% movement speed, 60 life, and obviously we're going to drop a socket on, and we'll see where our resists lie in a second. We are going to lose some dex, right? I thought that one had dex? No. That must have dex. That's got dex. I am pleased with that result. Now here, we're going to lose a little dex, but we're going to gain life and spirit and lightning resist. That has cold resist. See where we are now. Our fire resist is crap. Our cold resist is kind of crap. Okay, well, that makes some things simpler. Do we have lightning currently as any of our resists? Cold and lightning. Okay, we can replace that with a cold or a fire. So what we can do is we can hit cold and we can replace that with fire, and that will help a chunk. Let's see. Storm rune, no. Desert rune. greater. Yeah, let's go. We can afford it. All right, that's fire up to 51. And we also need coal. If only they could add a crafting bench, you know? Nobody wants that, though. I mean, you know, nobody really wants that, except everyone. Okay, so. So, we've got 51% for fire and cold. Still more lightning than we have need for. Well, and that's the thing. Is what they could do is they could tune the crafting bench so that it was only very useful early in the game. So that you could only do significantly lower tiers of crafting. And you couldn't do the end game crafting stuff. That would just smooth the game out for leveling, which is where the game is really excruciating at times right now. When they first brought out Harvest was the broken one, wasn't it? And the first time I saw it, I said, oh my god, this is incredibly broken. They're going to have to nerf the hell out of it. And then they said they were going to nerf the hell out of it for the next league, and they didn't. And then they nerfed the league after that, and people went berserk. Had they nerfed it right after Harvest, it'd have been fine. What I liked about Harvest wasn't the endgame stuff that was broken so people were making perfect items. What I loved about it was my level 12 wizard or whatever could get a wand with +1 to chaos spells. That low-level crafting stuff that was so good in Harvest and is generally good in PoE 1, this game needs desperately. Because at the end game, the streamers and the guys who play big hours, they are still making the most busted-ass stuff you can possibly imagine. It needs the low-level stuff, because spamming transmutes and augs, hoping to get 2 good affixes, and then hoping to get lucky on a regal, so you actually have something that's worth trying to burn some exalts on, is so excruciating. It's just, it hurts. This has been my TED Talk. I'm going to refill my coffee cup, and I will be right back. They care about player retention more than fun and saving time for a lot of their players. I don't know what is driving a lot of the decision making that has gone into PoE 2. Honestly, I don't get it. We want those. Grab that. Could be good. Sure. Why not all of it? All right. Badman's not in there. Badman's not in there. Leader said player retention decreased because everyone was getting good gear. Well, it's like they like a lot of, sadly, a lot of game design is driven by what I think are false metrics that are not actually representing anything that is specifically important. That, for instance, WoW has been concentrating for years on average player hours, which is the worst conceivable metric. Not things like satisfaction. What you want is you want your players to be having fun. Whether they're playing for 6 hours a day or 1 hour a day. If they're having fun, they're going to keep playing and paying. That's what you want. A lot of games lately have focused on microtransactions and gambling. Oh yeah, well that's... who was it? I think it was Blizzard. In their latest financials, I think it was 85% of their revenue comes not from selling a game, but subscriptions, in-game item purchases, and stuff like that. So yeah, microtransactions and gambling for sure. I have a real-world number for you. A friend of mine worked at Cryptic when Star Trek Online brought their first lockbox in. Yes, Blizzard is owned by Microsoft, but they still announce their earnings as a subunit. So he's working for Cryptic when Star Trek Online brought out their first lockbox. 2 days. In 2 days, they made as much money from that lockbox as they had made in the previous year. You want to know why we've got microtransactions and lockboxes and gambling? Because of us. And I'm not innocent. I've partaken. That's the reason we've got it. It sucks. And by we, I don't mean you and me, and I mean we, the gaming community. People are bad at math, or, I mean, in my case, for instance, I bought the lifetime subscription to Star Trek Online not long after it launched. I played at launch. It wasn't that good. I came back, I don't know, maybe 9 months or a year later, and they had improved the game enormously, and I immediately bought a lifetime sub. Lifetime sub included the in-game currency, the real money currency, a stipend every month of 500 gems. And I burned a lot of those on keys for the lockboxes because, well, for me, that was already, spent money. I was getting those free. I never bought keys, I think. No, I don't think I ever bought keys. But I would use my stipend on keys for sure because I enjoy opening the lockboxes too. And I've spent plenty on keys for Guild Wars 2. In that case, I've always felt better about it because I'm not paying a sub. So I'm willing to spend some money to support a game that I love. And if buying keys gets me pretty cool looking things too, then yeah, sure, I will do that. And it's fun, and it's also pretty good content. I mean, if Fatbody's still hanging around, you can ask him how many Guild Wars 2 boxes he's seen me open over the years. Star Trek Online, Cryptic is no longer in charge of it. Deca is, D-E-C-A. I played a lot of all 3 of Cryptic's MMOs. Star Trek Online, lifetime subscription. Champions Online, lifetime subscription. And an awful lot of Neverwinter Online. All 3 are now being run by Deca, and what they are is they're a maintenance software maintenance group. They have a few of the old Cryptic people still working on at least on Star Trek Online, cranking out new Space Barbie ships, by the way, beautifully. The spaceship team in Star Trek Online, chef's kiss, they do great work. But all 3 of those games are now under Deca. And that's because of Embracer Group and Lars fucking Wingefors. The biggest tumor that has ever happened to computer gaming is Lars Wingefors. No. Well, maybe. I can't remember who is in charge of it now. Well, no, Deca is running the Cryptic properties. Cryptic may still exist as it was, as a company, but realistically, only a few of the Deca or the Cryptic people still work. Most of them got laid off, went elsewhere, that kind of thing. I can't remember who currently has it. I know it was spun off from Embracer by Lars fucking Wingefors. I can't remember who ended up with it. Lars Wingefors is the one who was attempting to suck off the Saudis for $1 billion and was buying up all these studios. And then the Saudis just said, nah. And all of a sudden, to service their debt, they had to sell off a shitload of stuff and shut down studios. Everything bad that anyone ever said about EA or Ubisoft for closing down studios, they got nothing on Lars Wingefors and the Embracer Group. Embracer Group, they had purchased Gearbox, for example. You may have heard of them, Borderlands games. And when first of all, they bought Cryptic, then they bought Gearbox, and they put Cryptic under Gearbox. So for a while, the Cryptic properties had Gearbox labeling when you logged in. But then they, I think, sold Gearbox back to the previous ownership group, and Cryptic was spun off into Deca. I'm not sure who actually the technical owner is now. It's not Cryptic, and I don't think it's Deca. Might be one of the Asian megacorps. I can't keep it straight anymore. Too many changes. Here's the Emperor's warning.
By the order of Emperor Zaro, my honored predecessor, none may enter this chamber. The prisoner within is beyond death, beyond force of arms. He must be left to rot for all time. Emperor Chitis Parandus.
Chitis Parandus. Okay, here we go.
Ooh, thick as a banker's skull. Whatever's down here.
Gearbox changed its name to Arc. Well, no. Arc. At least the launcher for the Cryptic games was Arc. So Arc was, in essence, the launcher for Cryptic, and I believe was originally their property when they were looking at spinning themselves up to be a bigger player in the game. Arc was the launcher that Cryptic had for their games and a few other games as well that they were publishing. All right, here we go. This is the guy who takes 3 ballista shots to kill. No, three levers. And we let the water out. let the water out.
Bathhouse down here. Not the fun kind.
There he is.
Look, mate. I know you here.
Use a ballista. Ka-chunk! That's not good. I really wish you could fucking freeze. I'm not using my freezing stuff because I'm a dope. Second ballista.
Centuries drowning, and you think this will stop me? Bizarro's best could kill me.
And kapow.
No need to thank me for freeing you.
Oh. Was that really necessary?
No room.
I don't think that was necessary at all. Okay, that'll become 2 regals. We're going to get rid of that one. The hooded one.
This piece of weapon, it has writing on it.
The first example of precursor writing I've ever seen.
This is Doriani, if you're familiar with
Some of these symbols.
PoE1.
What?
Recognize the name.
How?
When I was
He was the
very
sort of
young,
chief mechanist of the Vol Empire before it went.
such a faithful
Yeah,
memory.
especially when they freeze and you swap to
Symbols like these, decorated
the fragmentation, you just peel the health
hear
off.
her saying the words.
20% for each of the first 2 shots on a big boss
What are
like
you
that.
saying, old fella?
I'm not sure.
Sadly, or unfortunately, or something like that.
Then we must
At
find
some
the
point
other
there,
pieces. We need
I
more
had forgotten to
information.
change back to
we
Frost,
must
and so I
find the
wasn't doing
others.
any Frost.
Make haste.
Kind of need that. I mean, you do decent damage with the fragmentation rounds, but really you want to have frozen them and then hit them really hard as many times as you can. Let's see, I have Hinakora, search, we got this done. Honey, I'm home.
Quickly.
Quickly, yeah. Identify my stuff, punk. Okay, well that's the only one that had quality or
What
sockets.
can I do for you? Here for
Hi, Rog. That's got actually some nice stuff on it. +4 to level of all projectile skills is very nice. The attack speed's okay. Lightning damage is okay. Sadly, the rest of it is crap. Also, it gives me 2 regal shards instead of just 1. None of those are particularly interesting. Oh, actually, I'm going to sell that. I've reached the point where it is worthwhile to sell the blues rather than breaking them down.
Let's deal. The finest available.
Because we can always turn those into...
I
turn
think
money
I can
into
find a buyer
items.
for that. Good day. Do come again.
And you do need money for certain things. 31 spirit, that's a pretty good start too. All right, well, that is that island complete. Why do we need to go to the Eye of Hinakora for again? 2 more specialization points is good enough reason.
Good day.
Is it, though? Is it really a good
We're
day?
turning.
I'm not sure. Navale's Rest. Oh, the Trial of the Ancestors. Yeah, I don't think so. I'd rather wait for that later. We got that done, right? We got that done. This one is 49, I think, and that one is 49. Let's go with the Isle of Kin, I think.
All stop!
Yeah, I mean, the damage is certainly good that I do. And I did about double the damage numbers with the purchase of the
Lower the anchor.
1 chaos purchase
Land ahoy.
of a better crossbow at like level
We've
48
arrived.
something. Yeah, we're up to 50
Be
now.
wary here. Kinfolk are a bit crazy. Don't wanna know, right? Anything kinfolk want that bad, best left buried. Close and personal.
Close and personal. Right. Sorry about that, mate. Did that hurt? Sounded like maybe it hurt.
Pain in my ass. Too clean for kinfolk. This one's man-made.
We have feverish writing.
My Voltaxic canaries. How is it that you're running scared of this blind beastie? It can't even bloody see. They're whispering in the dark every moment now, licking at
gold.
our fear,
I like gold.
tasting our sweat.
I like gold.
We need more sulfite. Here we all are, lying about, sick as dogs, evil closing in around us. Get
All right,
that
over
sulfite,
here
no
we
matter
have
what it takes.
the
This
blind
green
beast
lot
and the
won't
beast
stand in
pen.
our way, not with all we've got down here.
And a torn map piece
Give it
as well.
time, my sweethearts.
That was
Give
just
it
the doomed
time.
mine right there. I
Your
think.
master, Nico.
That chest had everything I never wanted.
What are they planning to do with this?
Another level, 51. That's a beast pin with a beast. We grabbed that, right? Yes, we did. That's our next one. What else do we have over here that we might want? Grenades. I mean, I do have a grenade, but I've stopped using it. Increase damage for every type of ammunition fired in the past 10 seconds. So I think that's probably just 25% extra for when I swap. Attack speed with crossbows, increase critical damage bonus with crossbows. The attack speed with crossbows seems really good. Maybe not worth 3 points to get. I'm sure he's friendly. Don't you think?
This'll stop him. Sorry, mate. That's the way it goes sometimes.
Sorry, mate. Actually, not sorry. He seemed angry, and as if he might like to chew on me. Scattered scratchings. I can't even say what it says. That's how scattered they are. We've got a unique drop. I'll grab that. Got another chest in here. It has exactly the same valuable stuff the other one had, which was none. So that was the beast pin. We still need the blind beast. Ooh, I do not recognize the prismatic ring. Prismatic rings are all elemental resists, which is inherently helpful.
This could fetch
Crit hit chance, light radius, rarity, drop by enemies killed with a critical hit, and you have consecrated ground while stationary. I'm almost never stationary. And I don't want to be stationary. I've got a bunch of buffs to my damage when I'm moving. We want to be kind. The volcanic warrens. Again, we do our dance. We step in, grab the waypoint, step back out. Because we've got things we need to do on the previous map.
I feel like I'm being slow roasted here.
I'm being slow roasted. Who would like slow roasted lens? It's the breakfast of champions. All in a day's work. Right. If you know.
Stop them in their tracks!
We got another unique. We'll take a moment. Idle hands.
Well, look at this.
Evasion, accuracy, int, increased attack speed while on full mana. In other words, your first attack. You count as full mana. Oh, well, in 90% of them. So maybe if you've got really inexpensive attacks. Which I kind of do. Oh, I believe let's upgrade our from the frost bolts and our fragmentation rounds. Glorious. I think the blind beast is in there. Oop, we got a boss. We finished him with about a third of his health. He just immediately blew up. Oh, we've got a temple.
Beautiful.
Bloody beautiful. Now let's try and take the beast here first, huh? Here he comes.
Walk right into this one. Get out of the way!
That's that.
No love for your new champion?
It's like we pissed them all off by killing their beastie friend. Let's go to the temple. Go into the temple and I'm gonna get... We'll just drop this stuff off in our dump tab. Makeshift dump tab. That's a quest item. Can't get rid of those no matter how much you want to. They ought to be in their own inventory, GGG. It's bullshit. Alright, so here's our temple. Those are not especially helpful. That's not that. Bronze works. I really dislike the bronze works. Commander's chamber. Presumably, oh, okay. That means the brightly lit ones mean that they will upgrade the things next to them. Ooh, tier 3. Sure. We're going in.
Try not to get lost.
Good idea, me. All right. So we'll head here. Here, 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 here. Or we can start on this side. Now let's start on this side. Alright, this room is complete.
Simple enough.
Let's see. No reward for this room, because this is just a guardhouse, so we need to go up. Can't go through, right? That is correct. Now, a lot of what you want to do with the temple is get certain rooms like next to certain rooms, getting certain rooms powered up and stuff like that. I won't be getting that deep into the temple, but I need to worry about that. So I'm basically just doing the rooms where I know there's something good in, or that I'm not sure, or the rooms I have to. What the hell? Okay. Where the hell did all of those come from? I mean, this is just a passageway. They should never be that full of stuff. At least they haven't been. I should say. Alright, this room's completed, and yeah, I don't think there's anything in here. I think this is a room that needs to, like, be powered up, maybe, by one of the soul generator thingies. Did he come from? Whoop.
Ready the artillery.
And here is the prosthetic research. I don't think there's anything of use in here. Nope. Most of the rooms have, like, buff stations that will allow you to turn them into something or add an affix.
You have made a great mistake. Furious energy. Square.
Would you freaking die? Oh, he's armored.
One down. Who's next?
And we'll take the lesser jeweler's orb. Oh, wrong map. This map. We can head down and we'll go into the workshop. Although, if you can't tell, it is getting a bit dicier, combat. At least I can notice it is.
Ready the artillery!
Alright, the room is completed. No, I don't think this one has any station. You can see that it has the potential for having a station, but it doesn't have the whatever it needs to have, probably power. Completed. So we'll head out the northwest here. We're going to go ahead and up to and into the commander's chamber, I think. Actually, here and then up. Makes more sense.
One down. Who's next?
Who's next? Right. Another level for me. Right. I remember where we go next. I guess I can look. Attack speed, always good. That wasn't the way I wanted to go. I screwed up. Not badly. Just, you know, it wasn't optimal. I have failed you and I feel shame. As is tradition around here. Room complete. And I ain't found a single upgrade yet. Have I? I don't think so. Alright, we head north, and then we have a commander waiting for us.
This'll stop him.
So we'll find out how fit we are for the commander. He could end us. That was not a good time. That's it, guys.
For the queen.
I got a lag spike on the first one, and then the second one got me. My first death, and you were there. I will only take partial blame for that one. Because he almost killed me the first time, and it was purely a lag spike, and I was still at half health with the second one. Thank you. It's just disappointing to lose that way. I didn't make a mistake. I was a little slow on the second one, at least in part because I was thrown by the lag spike. Generally, I will willingly admit when I've screwed something up. So, and that's how close he was to being dead.
No room.
No room. Really? Probably do without the sockets, I guess. Why I picked that one. I think we have a alch left space for another prefix here. This should be a pristine oh, it's a pristine alchemy. That's unexpected. An alch. Are any of these something that I would want to wear? They have to be white quality, I do believe, to be alched. Let's try the crossblade spear. What the heck? Why not? Because it already has quality, and we're going to be using that for quality. We'll go with the boots. Sadly, it doesn't actually give you a pristine alchemy if you choose to take the piece. Wow, garbage. Okay. Yeah, I'm normally willing to completely suck it up when I have screwed up and die because of it. That time.
Better take cover.
A lot of that, if not the majority of that, was for instance, right there, that was me screwing up by not setting my ammo back to freezable. That was entirely me being a dumb. Don't be a dumb, boys and girls. Be a smart. Let's see, we've got another commander there. We get another try. He's even a tier 3 commander. That one could be spicy. We've got tier 3 room here first. That's a lot of badness, not gonna lie.
Simple enough.
Room completed. Pristine exalted. Alright. We are going to pristinely exalt the last, what is it, prefix here, I think? Yep. We have spirit, we have life. Other good things would be flat energy shield, I suppose. Something like that. Didn't work this time. We got mana. Mana's okay. Better than a lot of the things we could have gotten, so I will not complain. Okay, now we're heading into the Commander Tier 3. This is the one that's actually more likely to kill me than the other one.
Better take cover!
This is not great. Wow, that's a lot of dudes. So let me go out here on a limb and say, that's a lot of dudes. Okay. We took a bunch of health off of the elite commander. Whoop! And then he took a bunch of health off us, too. Only seems fair. Alright. Oh, hey, dude, come on, man. Got him. Hey, where'd you come from? The next room? You're not welcome here. I'm working. Thank you. You got one good smack in on me. I wasn't happy about that. But I'll certainly accept the end result. Let's check these things. Fizz, base crit. The accuracy and increased light radius and reduced attribute requirements. Possibly the two least useful affixes that one could get on such an item. Fizz, lightning. Again, accuracy and fizz. That's a hybrid, but this is a terrible tier. We have another pristine exalted. I don't know if we have anything else that's got affixes. Space for it. I don't think so. 6 affixes. 6 affixes. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. Only 5! Yay! Okay, and we have an open prefix. Energy shield, armor, a hybrid. Any of those would be good. Max mana, again, it's okay. It's not bad. It's at least useful. Not everything in that possibility was. Okay, we've got a tier 2 and a tier 3. I tell you. Whoa! The tier 2s and 3s are definitely spicy. Holy crap. Sit down, fool. I don't know what we just got. Sapphire Charm. I already have one unique charm. Is this the same one? I may have like a different version of the same thing. This one gives you a power charge when you get hit by cold. The other one may be lightning, but it may be the same one as well. All right, another tier 3. It'll be fine. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Nope, that's not good. Didn't realize you couldn't get through there. Do not do that, guys. That's a favor to me. Don't do what I just did. You wouldn't like it.
No room.
Yeah, no room. That one guy practicing so hard he didn't realize everybody else was dying around him. Still, I appreciate his devotion to duty. Pristine Exalted Workbench. Well, we know we don't have any more open affix spaces, which makes me sad. So we will take it. It's not pristine. It's just a regular vanilla one. Ew. Who wants vanilla? Well, I mean, I want vanilla in my vodka. Fishing someone's been put on a streamer's loot list. No. I think still the most valuable thing I have was I got a divine orb drop at level 35, I think. Some people were talking about, on Reddit as, yeah, my character's 94 and I haven't gotten a single drop yet. And I had to pipe in, I'm sorry guys, I got your luck. I got one at like level 35, 40, something like that. That's the most valuable thing I think I've gotten so far. Yeah, there was something else I had that was worth a bunch of chaos. Alright, let's see what we've got here that we can just drop. That's a lot of evasion. I can drop. I can drop. Would you just... I just wanted him to just. That's all. I didn't think I was asking for too much when I said, I just want you to just. What do we got? Movement speed. 5 affixes. Got a couple more things there we need to check out.
No room.
No room. Yeah, I know. Bleep off. That's my opinion of no room. That's got a couple of nice affixes on it. I hear something going bonk, bonk, bonk in the distance. This does not give me warm fuzzies. Oh, is that the room I hate? I bet it's the room I hate. It is the room I hate, and I'm surrounded by them. I hate them so much, I'm just going to skip them. What that room has is it has a big fiery thing in the middle, and it has a reasonably tough boss. And the big fiery thing in the middle spits out flaming balls of molten metal that crawl along the ground, and they're just really annoying to play around. Where am I? There. Oh, there is no easy way into the workshop. I would like to get to the workshop. All in a day's work. Right. Alright, so we'll go that way. Through a couple of hallway squares. That's another level for me, by the way. Chamber of Iron. Yeah, that's the one I hate. Forget it. I'm not even going to bother. I just hate those rooms so much. They're just not fun. They're really annoying. And I wish I hadn't surrounded that room, the workshop, with 3 of them. That was an error in judgment. I know. I'm disappointed in me too. I did not have that unique, so it found a new home in the unique tab. Yeah, so this one is you take lightning, it grants you a frenzy charge. This one is if you take cold, it grants you a frenzy charge. Alright, we were still on the Isle of Kin, where we need to finish out the main map, and then I'll probably be calling it an evening and leaving the little map within the second tier of map as a whole. Whoops, that's right. What do we have here? We have Krutog is in the Warrens, as is the Magma Twins. Was the Blind Beast not the one I killed? I guess the Blind Beast was not the one I killed. I did not kill the Blind Beast.
Better take cover!
I mean, unless I have to turn in the fact that I killed the Blind Beast or something. Because they won't show them as complete until you do the turn in, which is also
Creatures would do the same to me, given the opportunity.
Is this another map piece? It is. It's one map piece. Oh, that's a lot of dudes. It'd be nice if I had my fire and forget. No problem. He sounded like I scared him. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, little fella. I meant to kill you, but not scare you. him, and another unique. Well, we've done basically an entire lap of the map. Now we need to check out the middle of it. See, again, here we are. What I've talked about a number of times is how many times I have to scour the map to try and find something that may have a nice reward or may just be a waste of my time. Not my favorite activity in the game, to be sure.
Stop them in their tracks!
One of those game elements that just sucks the fun out of the game. Sorry, dude. Was that thing I killed the freaking blind beast or not? I don't know. I think it had to have been. I'm going to check. Two blind beast. Get an image. Yeah, that was the thing I killed. So, despite the fact it shows up on the... once again, you'll notice I keep reiterating my same map complaints. Or same, basically, complaints, period. But the blind beast does not show X'd out, despite the fact I've killed it, because I haven't turned in the quest yet. As best I can tell. Maybe there was something there that I was supposed to pick up? No? Where was it? It was over here. I don't see anything, and I don't see a list on the side of me having to turn something in for it, but I killed it. It's just that kind of nonsense in their map system just is incredibly infuriating because it's not necessary. It's like I think I got it, but I'm not sure I got it.
Quickly.
Yeah, I think I got it because I think that's the reward that Danning is giving me. And now we check. And yep, that was it. See? Didn't get marked until I turned it in, which is an almost unbelievably stupid game implementation.
Welcome. Ho.
Let's see. Lightning resist, int, monoregen, increased freeze buildup. Increased freeze buildup is good. 100% of lightning converted to cold. Okay, well then that's if I had a lightning build and I wanted it to be a cold build. I have a cold build and I don't want it to be a lightning build, so it's sticking. Okay. do have another map, and then I am going to call it an evening. I want to thank you guys, as always, for hanging out here. I do appreciate it very, very much. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Not sure what I'll be playing. Guys, we got 2 more nights before I know what I'm playing. Might be back here. Might be something else. Don't know. Should make turn-ins green and then... yeah, something. Hey, Liquid, how you doing? There are a lot of ways of making that functional, and they've chosen to not use any of them. Your suggestion is fine. Does PoE 2 have gambling? All of the crafting qualifies as gambling. In that at low tiers. Hey, that's fine, Liquid. I'm just glad you're hanging out. At low tiers, basically all of the crafting is random additions to stuff. So, I mean, that qualifies as gambling. They do have lock boxes for cosmetics. That's the only real money gambling they've got. And then some items function as gambling too. There's a thing called Ventors. It's a ring, and it's got like 7 affixes, or 6 affixes and an implicit, and they're all random, like -20 to +20. Those kinds of things. Yeah, the cosmetics, you got to remember, there are no microtransactions in this game. They're fucking macro transactions. So, let's say you want the shapeshift skins, which are the new skins for the druid. You can get the bundle of all of them for 330 coins. That's not $3.30. That's 33 bucks. There are no microtransactions in Path of Exile. Just macro transactions. And apparently that works for them. 33 bucks. Feel free to go, what the fuck? That's kind of my feeling. Let's turn in the treasure map to her. That's 3 out of 4. Yeah, we need 1 more piece. That's fine. So I'm not sure what I'll be playing on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, New Year's Eve, I will be streaming. I'll probably be starting at 5 or 6 Pacific time. And then I'll be streaming through till midnight Pacific time to wish all of the North American time zones Happy New Year. I will be playing my game of the year, Blueprints. And then I obviously won't be back on the 1st because ain't nobody in any condition to do that. On the 2nd, I will be taking my friend Vorpine, or Tip Top, his suggestion. I have not played a game because it has a mechanic I don't generally enjoy and I'm not very good at, and he has suggested that I should just buy it on Steam and see if I'm enjoying it and managing the mechanic. In that game, you may have heard of Clair Obscure Expedition 33. So I'll be starting that up in the new year. That is the price of an expansion, yeah, for any other game, or most any other game. Now, mind you, this is still in early access. When it's on full release, it's going to be free to play just like PoE 1 is. So, if you want, you can buy early access for 30 bucks, and it gives you 300 coins. The reason I have 625, I had 25 left over, and then I accidentally bought the early access twice, so I have 625. Clair Obscure, I have intentionally not watched very much. My issue with the game is it is a turn-based game, but in combat, at least defensively, you have to parry and whatnot as reaction and timing-based games, and I don't like those. And I actually find it inexplicable that in an otherwise turn-based game, you throw in this one element that is designed for the people who enjoy Dark Souls and Elden Ring. I don't get it. but I'm going to give it a try for at least a couple hours. If I get to an hour and 55 minutes and I'm going, just not feeling it, I will refund it. That has been the suggestion. But if I do enjoy it, and certainly I know it's a great game, then I'll be playing that in the new year. So those are my upcoming plans. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully you'll see me soon. I hope the rest of your Sunday night, Monday morning goes great. And as always, I like to set an achievable goal for the people who hang out here, because I'm so appreciative. I hope your upcoming week doesn't suck. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.